Hey YouTube, it's Jess. I'm just checking back in with you to let you know that I'm about to start a new YouTube series about... That's like the worst drum roll in history. It's about our tiny house journey. So we're about to start a tiny house adventure, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to take you guys along for the ride. The tiny house movement is kind of up and running, and I think there's a lot of videos about it, but I see a lot that make it look really easy, really breezy, and I know that's just not the case, especially with what we've looked into so far. The logistics of actually starting to prepare, designing, the financial aspect of how you save up enough money to do what you want to do along the road, and you know, of course, everybody's doing a little bit different, something a little bit different than everybody else. Just kind of depends on your needs. And I think the great thing about the tiny house movement is that you can kind of do what you want. You can design your house around what you're doing and what you need to be able to do with the space that you're in. So my sister and her husband are considering building a tiny house. Luke and I are considering building a tiny house, and my father and mother have property, and they said that we could build on that property. So both of us currently own homes. And this home that I'm in right now is the third house that I've owned, and there's always a lot of space, and my house is huge and I don't need this much space, and I've kind of started a journey of downsizing things that I have. So just cleaning out, getting rid of. I have a friend named Eileen, and I will drop her link below. She's kind of been on a minimalist journey herself, and I always like watching her videos. So hi Eileen. But ultimately, I've also been going through things and getting rid of things, and so I find it interesting that she's also kind of been doing the same thing. But as I'm able to downsize the things I have, especially the things that I don't need, and I'm not like a clutterer person, like I don't just have tons and tons of stuff. I find a lot of the times what happens to me is my mother my mother will give me things that she thinks that I need, and maybe I don't, and or she like keeps lots of things, so she'll be like, oh, you can use this, or hey, this is for the kids. And you know how that goes if you've got like two different sides of the family and everyone's like giving the kids things or giving you things that they think that you need. You end up being nice and keeping things, and so I've got random stuff that I need to get out of my house. But I think actually I could start a series on minimalizing. If that's something you guys would be interested in, I can do that too. We've been currently downsizing like our musical instruments. Luke and I have a lot of guitars, so I think I've already sold 3 guitars in the last 6 months or something like that, and I know Luke sold quite a few himself too. But yeah, so right now the situation is we've decided that's what we want to do. We're having our very first meeting this coming next week, and so I might do a little videoing of some of the things that we talk about, or maybe do a video after we have our little meeting to discuss with you all some of the things that we talked about, topics that we touched on, maybe problems that we might be facing, or whatever. But I tried to make this video this morning in my car, and I was so all over the place because I was trying to drive and I was thinking about all the things that I had to do for the workday that it was a little bit chaotic, and it bounced from here to there and everywhere. So that's why I'm making this second video. Yeah, would have never known I made a second video had I not told you, but that's the kind of person I am, so let's be real. Is that all that I had to say about it? Oh, we do want to build a mobile tiny home, and we are a family of 5. A lot of the people I see building tiny homes are either just a couple or maybe a young couple that just had their first child, so it's 2 and an infant. We have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 2-year-old, so that will be fun to try to figure out how we can do it and have us all fit. Now, one of the ideas we're tossing around is building 2 tiny homes with like a connecting hallway, or one room that is not mobile, so that the 2 tiny homes can connect, and then the kids kind of have their rooms in their own tiny house area, and then we have ours. then that might be nice in the future if the kids end up traveling or want to do the tiny house thing. Then maybe that's something that we could gift to them, or I don't know. Like we're just gonna go for it. So I think that the financial cost up front, in the long run, we will see the savings from that. Like put some money out there to save some money later, because we'll have to talk about the logistics of starting to build the home before we sell, or having a living situation worked out in the meantime. But that stuff I'll be able to talk to you guys about as we're kind of figuring it out, because we are literally like just now saying, let's do it. Because this has been something I've wanted to do for about 5 years. I've never made any YouTube videos about it because I didn't really have anywhere to go with it other than just to say, hey, I want to do this. When am I going to do it? I don't know. How am I going to do it? We'll figure it out. You know, like we're at the point now where Luke's kind of been looking at stuff for the last, I would say, year and a half. Because I used to talk to him about it, and he didn't really take it that seriously. But I think as we get a little bit older and, you know, life, whatever, so here we are, and he's interested in, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so we'll see where this journey takes us, and I'll take you guys along for the ride. It's gonna be bumpy, I know it is, because that's life. Life's never easy. Not a lot comes easy in life, I don't think, but if you work really hard for it and try to plan as good as you can, then, you know, hopefully you will find success. But so here we are, starting the journey. We have our first meeting in a couple of days, and I will let you guys know how it goes. But until then, thanks for checking in on me and watching the video. And if you're interested in seeing a tiny house journey, or maybe are embarking on your own, follow me, subscribe, let me know down below if you have a channel and you're doing the same thing, so I can follow you and we can kind of stay in touch and share notes and take the trip together. So you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you again real soon. Bye.